Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto Two Blue Vortex discussion. Today, I wanted to address something that I've gotten a lot of DMs from either people on Patreon or over on Twitter, which is now that everyone's freaking out about Sasuke being gone for the second chapter in a row, a lot of people are asking the question of, if Sasuke's gone, then surely he must have a really good reason for not being inside the village while the village is being attacked. And the conclusion seems to be that most of you guys believe that Sasuke is either dead or he's off getting a new arm. And while I've given my thoughts on where I think Sasuke is, because I have an editor working on that video explaining the exact spot I believe that Sasuke's at, and that should be getting done in the next few days, so you'll be seeing it probably next week. Obviously, I don't believe Sasuke's dead. I've already discussed that much before. I've already said exactly why I don't think Sasuke is before, but this idea of Sasuke getting a new arm is something that never seems to go away. It seems to come back every major event we have in the series, and since we have a renewed interest in this topic, I want to discuss what was seemingly the overwhelming reason that people believe that he's getting a new arm, and particularly one that's made by Orochimaru, the original mad scientist of the Naruto franchise, because the logic is that while Orochimaru's memories of Boruto and Kawaki are likely swapped as well, his loyalty to Sasuke is something that would be unaffected by Ada's Shinjutsu, and is something that we need to factor in as fans. Orochimaru, due to having that loyalty to Sasuke following his win, as he called it in Naruto's manga, Orochimaru would be the one to do what's needed to assist Sasuke when he needs help, and that Sasuke knows he's facing a threat in code that is stronger than Jigen, and will eventually have to help Boruto deal with Kawaki, another threat beyond Jigen, and is the one that Sasuke's memory believes is Naruto's son. While that would require him doing like genjutsu on people like Yamato, that's well within Sasuke's capability. The idea of Orochimaru as someone who is able to get into a lab and cook up a Mangekyo Sharingan for Shin Uchiha, the idea that Orochimaru can't make another arm for Sasuke is absolutely crazy. If anything, it's more likely to be more useful than that magical Hashirama cell arm that everyone wants Sasuke to take so badly, which, reminder, Sasuke already got pumped full of Hashirama cells by Kabuto in the war after Madara stabbed him, so getting a Hashirama arm wouldn't be the magic end-all be-all like a lot of fans have convinced themselves will be the case. However, Sasuke is used to being poked and prodded by Orochimaru. The man has had a fascination with Sasuke's body for years now, and has shoved all types of things inside of Sasuke in the name of science and research, so the idea of Sasuke going to extremes such as this for a new arm wouldn't be crazy, and Orochimaru could make Sasuke some pretty interesting things in terms of arms, and even using his DNA to clone an arm form, since he's made clones in the past, including a clone of himself in the form of Mitsuki and Log. However, I honestly don't think we're gonna see Sasuke go get another arm for Orochimaru. I'll be extremely shocked if that's the case. It's definitely something that would be cool to see. I concede that. Orochimaru making that arm would lead to a few benefits for Sasuke, but allow me to explain why I don't think that this is gonna be the case. It goes back to what we saw in Boruto's anime. Following the moment where Sasuke got his Rinnegan destroyed by Momoshiki, who was controlling Boruto, Sasuke, upon speaking to Sakura and Katasuke and getting the news that there's no salvaging the Rinnegan that Momoshiki destroyed, Sasuke merely took it for what it was, a card that he was dealt, and he's less bothered about not having an eye than the actual fans themselves are. His response was literally him saying that a shinobi makes do with the tools that they've been given, and this wasn't something that started in Boruto as the new train of thought for Sasuke. It's something that began all the way back in Naruto chapter 699. Sasuke was told when he was leaving the village, just stay a little while longer. Tsunade is almost finished making that Hashirama cell arm for you in Naruto, but Sasuke turned down the arm and he left. We know in the official epilogue story set after the 4th Ninja War that the reason Sasuke did this was a complicated reason. He conceded the fact that he lost his arm when he was down in the darkness and had to be saved by Naruto, an act of kindness and an act of love by Naruto that literally cost both of them their arms. Sasuke used that lack of limb to remind himself of what happens when he allows himself to go too far and keep himself in check as he struggles with some of the darker impulses in his body, but also to remind himself of what it is that he's fighting for moving forward, which is to support the peace that Naruto's ushering in and the family and bonds that Sasuke is building in Konoha. Sasuke's stance is a self-imposed punishment. It's similar to the main character and the side character from my literal favorite series of all time, Rurouni Kenshin. Kenshin was known as a legendary manslayer and never allowed himself to settle down in one place and find love until he met Kaoru, his future wife, and eventually made peace with the sins of his past by righting the wrongs to go all the way back to his days as a manslayer, at which point eventually he gives up his iconic reverse blade to the next generation, a true sign that he's forgiven himself. Sojiro, a young child who was almost as skilled as Kenshin in the art of manslaying, Sojiro takes a vow that changes his ways, a form of self-imposed punishment as well. Sasuke taking those types of stances, that's in character. He didn't just walk the line of darkness, he dove pretty deep inside of it, something that a lot of fans downplay out of love for Sasuke's character. There's a reason he has a lifetime probation at the discretion of the sitting Hokage, because he did quite a bit in a very short period of time. You don't get to walk away unpunished after you become a rogue ninja to join Orochimaru, the man wanted for killing 2 out of the 5 Kage, aligning yourself with the Akatsuki to the point of wearing their robes and attacking a shinobi inside the Cloud Village and attempting to murder that Jinchuriki from their village, attacking a neutral country when you killed dozens of samurai during the 5 Kage summit in the Land of Iron. You attacked the 5 Kage, you killed the acting Hokage approved by the feudal lord, you started the 4th ninja war on the side of the Akatsuki, and then only helped the alliance not because you were in your own good deeds and had a change of heart and you saw the world was all sunshine and rainbows. That wasn't the case, because you were plotting a coup attempt against the 5 nations, including eventually killing Naruto, then killing the defenseless 5 Kage trapped in the infinite Tsukuyomi, then forcing the Biju under your control to release the infinite Tsukuyomi because you didn't need Naruto to do it, and then you were going to rule as a dictator by being the uniting force of hatred for the ninja world. The lack of sincerity behind helping stop Kaguya cancels out the whole "I helped save the whole world" argument in the eyes of a lot of people in universe. We know that much is still the case based off of the prologue of the Sasuke Shinden Teacher Star People story, as well as the reaction to Sasuke in the manga when you had him being disrespectfully called out of his name and Sasuke having to take trash talk from a weaker shinobi because Sasuke literally has no rank in the universe. Shadow Hokage is not a real thing. The idea that Sasuke during this time where Naruto is gone and needs to be the one saved is believed to be dead by everyone in universe. The idea that Sasuke doesn't take another arm but works with what he's already given, it's in character form as a character. The reason I say that is that we literally know as of Boruto Naruto Next Generations chapter 80 that Sasuke was scared out of his mind that he was making a mistake by saving Boruto, even though he had all this evidence presented to him, because the Shinjutsu is just that overpowered where someone with as strong of a sense of conviction as Sasuke was doubting himself, where he says he can't even trust his own memories and is unsure as if he's making a mistake or not. Sasuke isn't taking a new arm unless there is no doubt left behind, and the fact that his own memories are telling him that Boruto's lying is enough for there to be the smallest seed of doubt that will prevent him from taking a new arm. If anything, you're more likely to see Sasuke take up a new arm after everything's been reversed, and the reason that I say this is, what better way to make peace with what you've done in the past, the sins that still burden your soul to this day, than by saving the rightful son of the man who saved you from the darkness that you still can't forgive yourself for falling into, helping to unseal Naruto, the man who saved you from that darkness and set things right. Just as it took Kenshin making peace and settling the skeletons in his closet from his days as a manslayer and making right the ultimate sin he committed when he got that scar on his cheek, Sasuke is headed down a similar path. Not too unlike what we've seen with the tropes we've seen with old Japanese samurai stories and films when it comes to honor and sacrifice and redemption. It's gonna take a while before Sasuke is able to truly forgive himself for his past actions, and when you really sit down and look at where the narrative is right now, this could be setting the stage for Sasuke to finally forgive himself for his past actions and truly be be redeemed, most importantly, in front of the eyes of so many other people, because this would be the ultimate way of restoring the honor of the Uchiha clan. Restoring the Uchiha clan is not having a bunch of babies like people have been saying for the last 15-20 years in the Naruto community. If you're saying that, you totally don't understand what Sasuke meant by restore the Uchiha clan, and this right here is a good way to actually do that. Again, I know this isn't the sexy answer. I'll probably get some people pissed off because I gave this answer, but that's my honest stance on this. I don't think we're going to see Sasuke pop up with a new arm, which means that Sakura's still probably going to be the one picking up Sasuke when they play adult wrestling in the bedroom, but that's the answer I think is most fitting, just like it'd be fitting for you to peep this Oshinoko chapter review on Kryptonian Saiyan.